Hi guys, and welcome back to Marathon-Crossfit here, and today I would like to contemplate a little on which squat is best and what kind of different versions of squats are there around. And I would like to discuss three main variations of the squat, which are the front squat, the back squat, and the overhead squat. So depending on which kind of trait of strength training you come from strongman, from weightlifting, from CrossFit, from powerlifting, all of these three different versions of the squat will be of different relevance to you and also will the answer of what squat is best will be a bit different for you depending on your goals. So if you're a strongman, probably what squat is best for you is the squat that is most relevant to what you do. Now, in strongman competitions, I usually don't see anyone overhead squatting, maybe front squatting, but majorly they have some kind of exercises in there where they put a load on their back, depending on how cumbersome it is, because the strongmen like to make a point of weights which are not easily accessible to the body, so you might be you might be having a platform on your back with 20 half-naked ladies on it, or you will have to stand up under a Viking boat. Those are all the kinds of things which are being done in strong lifts competitions. So therefore I'd say for strongmen the back squat would be best or more relevant to their exercise regime than anything else. And maybe you even want to squat with some kind of wagon wheels left and right, because that is really more likely the application to be. Now, for weightlifters, the story is a bit different because weightlifters have to be able to get up out of the snatch. They have to do the clean and jerk. So for them, actually, the back squat is a good exercise to get into lifting. And it's actually also the first exercise which is being explained in the excellent book of Greg Everett, which is called Olympic Weightlifting. There, the first exercise he takes apart is actually the back squat. However, I'd say, lo and behold, like the front squat and the overhead squat are a bit more relevant to those kind of movement patterns, and therefore practice those a bit more and have a bias in your programming towards those two movements rather than to the back squat itself, even though the back squat is an excellent tool to build a lot of extra strength. And also if you actually go to the Hook Grip YouTube channel, which is collecting a lot of warm-up sessions of different Olympic weightlifters before they compete, you will also see quite a few back squats in there. So don't take my word for it, whatever works best for you. So then if you go next for powerlifting, in the powerlifting realm, of course, the back squat is actually an exercise which is being done in competition. So therefore, it is a very relevant movement pattern that you should practice regularly. However, the front squat is also now becoming more and more popular in powerlifting realms, because when I see a lot of powerlifters and their channels, when they are struggling with lower back pain and with mobility and not squatting deep enough, usually the fix they find for that and what they use is the front squat, even though they hate it. And I can just speak from my own experience. I can back squat 170 kg and I struggle to front squat 100, based on how I ingrained the movement patterns. So, if you are a power lifter who is stuck with his numbers, and especially if you're a more experienced lifter, maybe really think about cycling the front squat in there, because I've seen some great results from people who did that. And then we also have to talk about the average Joe, or also the general athlete. Now, Eric Cressy, very popular strength coach from the US, and Charles Poliquin, French-born guy, self-taught, who then moved to the US and has made most of his client base in the US. They both work with stars from the National Baseball League in the States and the NHL. And what they both say is that actually the front squat is a superior exercise for athletes who want to get generally strong and ingrain good movement patterns and mobility. You know, if you don't compete in the back squat and if you don't compete in lifting or in strongman whatsoever, I think there is really a case to be made for general health purposes, and if you're not chasing an elusive 200 kg back squat, that the front squat might be the better alternative than the back squat, even though it's more unpleasant to perform. So now then that leaves us with the overhead squat. I think the overhead squat is, as I said, most relevant to weightlifting and to CrossFit, because you have actually some workouts of the day in there where the overhead squat is relevant. Now, for the average Joe, I think the overhead squat is also the most challenging to learn and the most dangerous to do if you do it too fast when you're not ready for it. Because, like, for example, I stay away from the overhead squat as much as I can, because just my shoulder mobility and my lower back mobility is just too poor for it. I tried it several times and I was humbled by it. So, you know, I can, as I said, I can back squat 170 kg, and if I can stand up under an overhead squat with 20 kg, I'm happy. So I try to fix that by doing more Turkish get-ups at the moment. But I don't have a coach around for overhead squats. Also, my gym doesn't have a lot of blocks for doing it. I mean, of course, yes, there's always you will always find a way if you want to. But that is my take on the overhead squat and how applicable this is to the average Joe. And I think out of the three options, back squat, front squat, and overhead squat, it's the least applicable one, and the one that will have the most time, will take up the most of your time to actually learn and then execute well. So to sum it up, what squat is best? I think it's somewhere between the front squat and the back squat. I think for the harder people, let's put it this way, who want to put in a bit more effort, the front squat is a better option than the back squat. For everybody who just goes to the gym to get a bit more defined and better legs, and that those legs grow and look better rather than performance and strength performance, then probably back squat is a better option. Of course, you can flame me as much as you want. It's it's the internet. I expect some comments. So here we are already on the topic. If you like this debate and this thought process, please share it around. I would also really like to hear about your critical thinking about this, whether you're a personal trainer or a strength coach who has been around the block longer than me. What you think of these three options and how you would apply them. Please put a comment down below. I'll definitely get back with a personalized answer. And also, if your comment is very professional, I will reflect upon it and maybe adjust what I'm saying here on my channel based on the feedback that is coming from you guys. So I hope you liked it. Please enjoy your day, and bye bye.